kind of cool. So I was going to put together a hilarious PowerPoint with the help of my children, or a video to show off my advanced skills with technology. But as Cynthia, our resident folklorist, has always taught us, it's all about the stories. So I'd like to just spend a few minutes reminding you of a few stories about our Cynthia. So a million years ago, once upon a time, a million years ago, when Bob Simmons used to refer to us as the teenagers of the English department, which he did, Cynthia and I began our careers at Belmont. I was already part of the department, and we immediately recognized that she was a force of nature. With her infectious laugh, right, and her renegade ideas about the value of teaching ethnography, oral history, and pop culture. Robbie was the director of writing at the time and building the writing program that we're so proud of today. In one of her most brilliant moves as director, she helped to hire our Cynthia. I don't think I'm overstating when I say that Cynthia really did revolutionize our thinking about teaching in the writing program. She was the one who told us, hey, let's get those kids to write about their culture, to write about their family stories, to get into the community and study their environments. She taught her students and she taught all of us that their stories matter and that they always have something to say that warrants our attention and respect. Those are important lessons to remember this week when we are buried under mounds of papers that seem hastily put together and reeking of end of the semester anxiety. And as we watch our friend Cynthia go through this process one last time, moving from office to office, slumped over, agonizing as only she can over whether a paper is a B+ or an A-, because that matters. Or hiding from the 6 students lined up outside her door wanting to set up those internships they were supposed to organize months ago. Let us remember what she has always said about why this happens. Because they're kids. I think it was revealing to all of us a couple of weeks ago when we were, as a department, trying to consider who might replace our Cynthia, that what she does for us in our department and our students is actually pretty astonishing. We wrote down on a whiteboard all the roles she plays in the department: teaching 1st and 3rd year writing, teaching learning communities, helping with the Bridges program, teaching folklore, children's literature, pop culture, the graphic novel, writing in the community, professional writing, organizing our writing awards, organizing Sigma Tau Delta, organizing our internships, and dearest to her heart, working every summer at Pine Ridge. And considering her leaving and the daunting task of hiring someone new, Sarah Blomley put it clearly when she said, "How can one person do this?" And Amy H.H. said, "It can't be done." I cannot imagine her not in our place, competing with Jason Lavorne over who has the best pencils, running to Brenda and Denise explaining how she doesn't quite know where her keys are, again. Writing notes to Andrea and Bonnie and me during meetings, just at that moment when she's lost her will to live. Usually that's what she writes on the paper: "I've lost my will to live." Asking all of us to bring our children to school so that she can love them and spoil them and give them one more Barbie. I think I can speak for all of us when I say we will miss our colleague, the whip, smart, creative thinker, writer, and teacher, and we will miss our friend. She has loved all of us. She has loved and nurtured all of our children. She has laughed and remembered all of our stories, and she is a cherished part of our own. I think Doug Murray put it best yesterday when he said, "With love, I will never forgive her." It will come as no surprise to most of you that Cynthia and I talk nearly every day on the phone after school. I usually punctuate the end of our nightly conversations with, "What about me?" I always like to bring every subject back to myself. And I have really been proud of myself for the past few weeks as Cynthia made this excruciating decision about leaving. I kept emphasizing the importance of doing what is best for you, doing what is best for your family, blah, blah, blah. But now, what about me? Another million years ago, Cynthia and I read this article from the National Enquirer. We were doing scholarly research about these two weird twins named Freda and Greta, who could read each other's thoughts and finish each other's sentences. And they've been our touchstones for over 20 years. Cindy has been my longest and closest friend. We've been through the wars. We both grew up at Belmont. We started our real grown-up life here. And have made the memories of our youth here. Okay, now it'll get funny again. Hold on. We laughed until we literally cried over things like Doug Murray dropping his unmentionables out of his gym bag and Maggie picking them up with her pencils as if she was a member of a CSI team and carrying them to his office. Do you remember this? And the time the newly hired Andrea Stover invited us to dinner to proclaim her independence in Nashville, where she was just going to be Andrea for a while. About 2 weeks later, she was engaged to John Page. Going to be just Andrea. And then there was the time when Bryce Sullivan asked me to do the opening prayer for a CAS meeting. There are no words. I was in a blind, psychotic panic, and Freda over there was apoplectic as I was dying and trying to come up with some kind of speech, stringing together lyrics from Baptist Sunday school songs. As the Lord said to Noah, there's going to be a floody. And we made a family together, both inside and outside this university. She has been there with me through every joy, every tragedy, every anxiety attack. She helped to raise my children, literally. She did things with them I couldn't bring myself to do. She took them to a Spice Girls concert, for God's sake. And one of them was throwing up in the bathroom at the concert. You can't buy that kind of friendship. She knows me better than anyone. She encourages me and inspires me with her love for students, Pine Ridge, her family, and our family. She is a part of all of our stories, and we will miss her dearly. But her voice and her laugh and her presence will continue to be part of our narrative. I love you, Freda. Now what about me?